Swords are classified into 6 tiers: common, renowned, spiritual, the mortal, divine, and sacred. The moment the Wu Hook sword was forged, it became a renowned sword in the human realm. It possessed the power to vanquish all demons and monsters. Later, it was reforged with divine blood, becoming a divine sword capable of devastating destruction. At the moment of its creation, it shook the heavens. The movie begins with the story of Nuwa patching the sky. A discarded divine stone fell to earth, calling itself Jasper God. At that time, there were 2 major deities in heaven, Heavenless and Celestial. Heavenless was cold and heartless, adhering to celestial laws. He forbade gods from falling in love with mortals. Celestial, however, was compassionate and loving. He refused to oppose Heavenless and trigger a celestial war. He always stayed behind him. One day, Heavenless sent a righteous deity to capture the Flying Cloud Emperor. He had illicit relations with a mortal woman, violating celestial laws. The mortal woman he loved was to be executed. Jasper appeared and wanted to intervene. The righteous deity told him, "I know you've been cultivating in the mortal realm for many years, all for the sake of ascending to heaven. Just don't interfere in this matter, and I will speak a good word for you to Heavenless." However, Jasper believed that standing idly by was no different from not being a god. The righteous deity was furious and demanded he kneel. On the other side of the mountain, Crimson was forging a sword. The power of this sword was terrifying. It possessed the power to vanquish all demons and monsters. The brilliance of the sword scared the wolf spirit. It sensed the sword as a threat to its life. It led a horde of demons to Crimson's home to steal the sword. The Wu Hook, a renowned sword, was successfully forged. Crimson wielded the sword and chased after the Wolf King. The Wolf King escaped to Jasper. He saw a mortal woman and drained her blood to replenish his energy. Jasper was enraged and beat him. During the fight, he bumped into Crimson. As a mortal, Crimson couldn't see him. Jasper was stunned by Crimson's beauty. He hadn't seen such a beautiful woman in 500 years. He fell in love with her at first sight. Heavenless saw Jasper's actions from above and was furious. He sent down thunderbolts to intimidate him. Jasper grabbed the Wu Hook and threw it at him. Night, the Wolf King and his subordinates returned to steal the sword. This time, the Wolf King used magic. Crimson couldn't see them. Jasper rushed to help. He used his divine blood to open Crimson's celestial eye. Now, she could see both gods and demons. Crimson easily drove away the wolf demons. Jasper told Crimson that he wasn't a demon, but a stone. He expressed his love for Crimson and wanted to pursue her. This angered Heavenless. Heavenless used his divine power to attack them, but Celestial blocked the attack for them. Jasper wanted to teach Crimson how to fly on the sword. He made a date with Crimson at the stone bridge. Crimson, wearing thin clothes, arrived at the bridge early to wait for him. Jasper was late. Crimson was angry. Jasper quickly apologized. He told Crimson about his past. He said that he was a divine stone that fell from heaven. Heaven had ordered him to cultivate here and promised to take him to heaven. But 500 years had passed, and heaven had not kept its promise. He had been abandoned. Crimson felt deeply sympathetic towards him after hearing this. Their bond grew stronger. They spent a lot of time together. When Jasper was teaching Crimson how to fly on the sword, the divine sword had already chosen its master. It refused to be touched by anyone but its master. At this time, celestial soldiers came to capture Jasper. On Heavenless orders, Jasper had been cultivating for 500 years, and these soldiers were no match for him. That night, the Flame Lord arrived. He was the one who had asked Crimson to forge the Wu Hook sword. The Flame Lord gave her a precious orb. The Emperor saw the flowers on the ground and remembered his love. He wanted to take the flowers with him, but Crimson refused. She said they were from her mother. However, the Flame Lord said that he had planted them with his wife. The Flame Lord was actually Crimson's father. He and Crimson's mother had fallen in love, but Crimson's mother was immortal. The Flame Lord's actions violated celestial laws. For the sake of his own future, the Flame Lord abandoned both mother and daughter. Upon learning this, Crimson refused to acknowledge the Flame Lord as her father. She threw the sword and orb at the Flame Lord. She declared that she wouldn't accept anything from him. The Flame Lord told her that the wish-fulfilling orb had a magical power. It could grant one wish. Crimson still refused. She didn't want to see him again. After Crimson left, the Flame Lord told Jasper, "You're a god too. You can't be with my daughter. It would harm her." Jasper didn't care about celestial laws. He was determined to be with Crimson. The Flame Lord to protect his daughter, wanted to kill Jasper. Crimson witnessed this scene. She berated the Flame Lord. The Flame Lord dropped the sword and left. At this time, Hercules, Heavenless subordinate, came to capture Jasper. Jasper was no match for him. He was imprisoned in the tiger head chest. Crimson arrived with the Wu Hook sword to rescue him. Hercules appeared and tried to stop her. Crimson said to him, "You're just a dog for Heavenless. Even if I kill you, he won't care. You'd better leave." Hercules insisted on fighting. Crimson killed him with a single move, Wu Hook shooting the moon. But she was also injured by Hercules' divine power. At this time, the Wolf King appeared and tried to take the sword. Crimson was knocked to the ground. The Wolf King was a simple demon. He didn't care for the beautiful woman. He only wanted the sword. Heavenless appeared. The Wolf King quickly presented the sword to him, wanting to serve Heavenless. Heavenless, to prevent Crimson and Jasper from being together, placed a curse on Crimson. She was afflicted by illness, and as long as she met Jasper, Jasper's divine power would vanish. After Jasper emerged from the tiger head chest, he immediately went to find Crimson, but he couldn't find her. Crimson was imprisoned by Heavenless. The Wolf King was guarding her. The Wolf King was truly persistent. He still wanted to take the sword. Crimson fought with him. Jasper heard the sound of the sword. He immediately rushed to the sea, but Crimson told him that she was cursed by Heavenless. They couldn't meet. The Flame Lord appeared and took Jasper away. Jasper woke up and told the Flame Lord, "Stop being Heavenless, dog. Crimson is your daughter." But Flame Lord told him, "I definitely care more about my daughter than you do. But what Heavenless wants to do, no one can resist." Flame Lord took Jasper to see Crimson. He asked Jasper to promise him never to see Crimson again. Otherwise, you will lose all your power. You won't have a chance. Flame Lord took Wu Hook and went to Heavenless. He went to get the wish-fulfilling pearl back, to save Crimson. But Flame Lord and Heavenless powers were very different. He didn't get the pearl. Jasper was very angry. He wanted to reforge Wu Hook and take the pearl back. Crimson told him, "This sword is just a famous sword in the human world. There is no way to fight Heavenless. To make it a divine sword, it needs a sword guide. The sword guide is the golden blood of the gods." Flame Lord decided not to be cowardly anymore. To make Wu Hook a divine sword, he jumped into the furnace. The divine sword was forged successfully. The sword energy shook the heavens. Jasper got the divine sword. He practiced swordsmanship day and night. After mastering his swordsmanship, he said goodbye to Crimson. He went to get the pearl back to save her. Crimson felt very ashamed. For him, Jasper could never become a god. He lost his dream of many years. But Jasper told her, "Losing a dream is nothing. Having you, I have no regrets in this life." Jasper endured his longing and resolutely set out on the path to destroy the heavens. When Jasper arrived at Tianshan, Heavenless sent heavenly soldiers to surround him. But Wu Hook is now a divine sword. No matter how many heavenly soldiers there are, they can't defeat him. Every time he drew his sword, a heavenly soldier would die. Heavenless didn't care about their lives at all. He kept urging them forward. Jasper became more and more courageous as he killed. Heavenless had no choice but to take action himself. He persuaded Jasper to surrender to him. He would give him a high-ranking position. Jasper didn't want it at all. He wanted to kill Heavenless today. He wanted to get the pearl back. Seeing that he wouldn't surrender, Heavenless fought him. Heavenless had an indestructible golden body. The divine sword couldn't hurt him. Jasper was seriously injured by his splitting rock-piercing cloud attack. Jasper quickly used 1,000 swords flying. The heavenly soldiers' spiritual swords all stabbed at Heavenless, but they still couldn't break his indestructible golden body. But Jasper found his weakness. Finally, he used the Wu Hook divine sword to stab at his weakness. He defeated him. Celestial appeared at this time. Jasper knew that Celestial was merciful. He asked Celestial to let him get the pearl back to save Crimson first. Then he would go back to the heavenly court to plead guilty. After Jasper left, Celestial had his subordinates take Heavenless away. From then on, he ruled the heavenly court. Jasper took the pearl and went down to the mortal world. They finally could see each other. He used the pearl to make a wish. He saved Crimson. At this time, Celestial came with the heavenly soldiers. He destroyed the pearl. He didn't take Jasper away. He wanted him to stay with Crimson forever. The Divine Sword and the Sword Woman is an old movie. The only thing watchable in the movie is the female lead, Vivian Xiao. Looking at Vivian Xiao gives you that first love feeling. She is worthy of being the third-generation Jade Girl leader. There's a saying, "My grandpa and my dad both liked her, and I want to marry her." Vivian Xiao became popular again in recent years. Her concert performance was really good. Her legs are really amazing. I would believe you if you said she was a girl in her 20s. Vivian Xiao's songs are also very good. So what is your favorite song of hers? Feel free to leave a comment and discuss with everyone. Alright, that's all for today's video. For more, remember to follow Kung Fu Movie Recaps. This is Kung Fu Movie Recaps from YouTube. Until next time,